Hey guys, welcome back. Vince Tate here from Straight Aim. Today I'm going to show you all about the SA-2. So here we have the SA-2. We've got the line on the bottom piece, and we've also got the line on the top piece here with a bit of an arrow. This part here is where we face the point of the arrow to the object ball. Okay, but I'll demonstrate all that a bit later on. So this is really ideal for at home practicing. If you don't have a pool table, you can practice with the pad. And I'm just going to show you how that all works. On the top you can see it has a bit of a dot on the top. There's nothing at the bottom. The purpose of that is just so you know that it stands up that way. So when you knock it down, you know which way to look at the pad. But I'm going to show you what that means. So quickly, we stand the pad up on the table, anywhere you want. Slide the SA-2 up to the pad. Make sure that all the lines are lining up. And we want to chalk our cue, just like that. And walk into the SA-2. Do your feathering. And then strike the pad. Okay, so I'm going to come and show you. So you can just see there that is showing here. So that's the top with the dot. As you can see, there's nothing at the bottom. So, and it's showing that I'm hitting a little bit of right hand side on the white ball. Okay, so we just rub that out. And then we go again. Okay. Now the important part is, even though I'm looking at the center of the line, I'm still striking the right hand side. So this is what I mean about information. So it's giving me that information, which can mean two things. When I'm lining, I could be slightly to the left and I'm going across the line. So what we've got to do is make sure that we align correctly. So again, slide it up to the line. Okay, now I'm going to chalk it up. And now I'm just going to look at it and assess where I see the center. So that here looks right for me. Walking in. Feather. And strike. Okay, so we have a look at that. And as you can see now, there's a lot straighter. Oh, come on this side, sorry. So as you can see now, that's a lot straighter. So I've just made a minor adjustment. As you can see, there's still the top, nothing at the bottom. And that was all to do with my setup. Okay. So again, we rub that off. And this is just the practicing training system we can do without a table, because we don't need to hit a ball to understand what's going on with our cue action. Now if you want to take it one step further, usually when we're looking from cue ball to object ball, when we're looking between the two, is where we tend to hit either left or right hand side of the cue ball. So a good exercise we can do using the pad, again, place the pad anywhere you like, slide up the SA-2 to the SA-2 pad, just chuck a ball in line, just something like that. So now I'm going to replicate the pad as being the cue ball and look between the two, okay? And then strike the pad and see if I'm still hitting left or right hand side of the cue ball. Okay, again, line it up. Yeah, that looks about right. Feather, looking at the object ball, strike. Okay. There we go. So there you can see, that's the top. And I've hit there, and I'm hitting pretty good. It's not too bad. Okay. So that's the beauty of the pad. It gives you information straight away. You can then fix it up and work on the next exercise. Okay, I know for some of us we get bored of hitting a pad, we want to start hitting balls. So the beauty of the base of the SA-2 is if the cue ball is this far, if the cue ball was there, this is the sort of distance that we recommend you should be away from the cue ball. We don't want to be too far away and you don't want to be too close. So the bottom part here is so that it looks like this. Okay. Now we don't want to be back here, and we definitely want to be too close to the cue ball. So that's sort of a rough guideline, so to speak. Okay. And the top part here is crucial for when you have a coach or someone with you who can stand at the other end of the table and they could actually see whether your cue is on line. Because the front part of the tip may be facing straight, but then you can find the back could be either slightly offline to the right or to the left. So that's another key factor of having the SA-2. Having the hole in the middle, we're still able to play shots. Okay, and if you're coming across and you're hitting the left-hand side, not only do you hear it, but you shift it offline. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just make a very simple straight shot for the corner pocket, slide the SA-2 right up to the cue ball, and now I'm just going to look at the point and make sure it's aiming to the part on the red ball about there. Okay, so now we're going to stand back, walk into it, line it up, and strike the ball. Again, take the SA-2 out of the way, place the white ball anywhere, just start small areas. You don't want to be too far away from the ball. So that part of the object ball I need to strike, it's not straight, it's just off straight. Push it up to the cue ball, looking at the arrow, about there. Okay. Walking up. And there you go. It's a simple drill but effective. You're learning how to see the angles. Also pointing the object ball, pointing the tip to the object ball really shows if you're actually seeing the correct spot on the ball. I mean, some of us get up there and we miss a simple shot. It's because we're either looking at the wrong part of the object ball. So having the arrow there just makes sure and confirms that you actually are sighting the correct spot on the object ball. So again, I'll make sure that looks about right there. Okay, walking in, on the line, and strike the ball. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's the power of the SA-2, giving you so much information, working on these drills and just creating the right muscle memory, training the muscle memory and getting rid of all the flaws that we might have, whether it be cue action, alignment and all that. So I'll just give you one more example just in front here, facing you. So we're going to, say, put on a bit of an angle. So about there. Okay, I'm going to slide the SA-2 up to the cue ball, make sure it's touching. About there, looks about right. Now, when I stand behind, I can see the line. Even though I'm left eye dominant, doesn't mean I always have to walk in the same way all the time. A different angle will create a different walk in, so to speak. So when I'm playing this ball here, for me to see the angle, I roughly would be about here. So it's probably on the right hand side. Okay, so we get down, walk in, set up, feather, and strike. So that's as simple as it is. Like I said before, now I'm going to do a different exercise. I'm going to try this way, and then you're going to see. So again, sliding these SA-2 up to the mark, it looks about there. Okay, now when I walk in to play this shot, it looks about here. So now that's almost here now, because I'm cutting the ball the opposite way. Now if I was to stand back on this leg, it looks like I'm hitting it thick. So my point is by having the SA-2 here, you can stand behind it and just shift sideways until you see the correct angle. So for me, it looks about here. So which is probably, yeah, maybe just slightly to the, just off center. Okay, now walk in. Okay, so I overcut that. So there you go. I mean, even me, you know, it's just making sure that I was pointing at the right part of the object ball. Maybe I was overcutting it too much, so actually, I think I was, yeah, I think it's about there. Okay, let's try that one more time. Yep, so still, center, walking in. Oh, that looks better. And strike the ball. So there you go. I mean, play around with it. You're not going to get it right every time, but you're just training your eye to see it correctly and making sure that we're pointing to the right part of the object ball. So let's try that one more time. I think it's about there. Yep. Okay guys, thank you. And that's the SA-2. Cheers.